Hi guys, Chris with talking through the movies. I wanted to finally give my review and my thought points on the Terminator Genisys movie. I wanted to think on it a little bit more, but some of the things I'm going to spoil some stuff too. Some of the things that I wanted to touch on that just kind of that I like. I love the explosions of it. I love the whole the action aspect of it. It was awesome to see Mr. Rollins in there. In the 80s, he was a young beat cop, and then he comes back. He's an older man, Mr. JK, and he knows that there's something going on with time travel, and no one believes him. And but then it was like it was kind of too convenient that he was there, helping out Sarah and Kyle Reese. Um, Kyle Reese, who and the guy who plays Kyle Reese, he comes back, and the story behind Kyle Reese is in the beginning, in the first Terminator. You got a guy who knows he's on a suicide mission. He goes back in time to help Sarah Connor survive from the Terminator. They conceives John Connor, then dies. That was awesome. Now you got Terminator goes back and raises Sarah Connor from a child. Now she becomes the badass Sarah Connor from day one, and she doesn't really need to be saved and protected by Kyle Reese. And so this means that now we're going to go into the whole love aspect of these two. It was cool to see him sacrifice himself and she carry the torch and the legacy. Now that he's survived, it's like, oh, now we got to see these people fall in love and do a Han Solo Princess Leia ripoff. So that was something that really didn't like. The fact that the plot kept jumping around was weird too. I mean, and you needed to be what's his name, Degrassi or Bill Nye to understand where the physics of all this time travel and all this jumping around was going to make sense. They meant to do this as a Days of Future Past kind of effect, where you would erase all the crap that happened in the franchise from Salvation and Terminator 3. You start then after you've succeeded on that, then you start to erase the cool things that happened in the first and the second movie, and you over explain it. It was weird. It's like, and then Skynet isn't even Skynet anymore. It's not a military thing. Now it's a damn app. Like what? It's like Mark Zuckerberg's made Skynet now, and it's just weird. When you finally find out that the reason why they call it Genesis and they spelled it weird, and you figure out that it's because it's that Skynet is now some app made by another Terminator who comes back in time to ensure Skynet's existence. It just was weird. I mean, Skynet being a military invention made more sense. Skynet just being some AIs just being overdone. Some guy who just invent something, just come smart and self-aware, blah blah blah. It's been done too many times, based on what happened from the original storyline from Terminator. But I mean, hey, now Skynet has dumbed itself down to just a Microsoft invention or an old damn website that's just now taking over the world. So whatever. But the over explaining of every little thing that was happening, anytime something changed, anytime you just waxed on and waxed off something that was awesome, and you got Schwarzenegger explaining it over and explaining it and telling you why they did this and what they're going to do and what I mean, it's like now I got to turn my damn brain on to understand what the hell he's talking about. It's like, dude, just blow some stuff up and let me enjoy this. It's like it was weird. It's like it felt like it felt like a sex act that was just going all wrong. It's like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't ask for all that. You need to stop and do better. And then it would get back in the rhythm, then it would stall. Then it was all over the place. Oh, well, it was weird. But oh man, I can already see the conventions, man. These Terminator conventions are going to be a bloodbath. You're gonna have the director and the writer and these hardcore John Schnipp, sweaty nerd types are gonna be like, yes, and the time travel logic just wasn't there. I mean, you really need to explain more about why John Connor was not born in now conceived in the 80s. Does that mean that the apocalypse is going to be prevented? Does that mean that the apocalypse is never going to happen? And if that never happens, if the things that John Connor did when he was born in the 80s now delayed, technically, wouldn't that mean that John Connor probably wouldn't be able to send his father back in time? You just kind of just screw up the whole timeline. Then you kind of tried to gloss over it and say that, you could have John Connor become a damn robot and then go back in time himself and then kill his own mother, which would kind of kill him, and then he wouldn't be able to become the robot. And anyway, I mean, it's like, oh, I control. Like you took the whole "there's no fate but what we make for ourselves" line, and you took it too far. It was like I can go back in time and kill myself as a younger person and survive because there's no fate but what we make for ourselves. And if I feel like kind of committing a time travel suicide, I can survive that because I'm a badass. No. Oh man, you're gonna get eaten alive at the conventions, dude. You guys need to fix this. It was just all over the place. Terminator, you got an upgrade that was awesome. Now I think Schwarzenegger is a T1000 now, so okay, that's happened. And I guess it makes sense since now these new Terminators are getting bigger and badder and hard to kill. It almost felt like an old school vampire, man. I mean, this dude was tough to kill. You thought Arnold was tough to kill. You thought the T1000 was tough to kill. I'll give it them that. This guy, oh man, John Connor, the killer John Connor, was tough. He was a tough sucker to kill. Told him to his face, you do not have enough bullets in the world to take me down. Tough. So now Schwarzenegger being a T1000 kind of makes sense, but then it was like, oh, I don't know. It was weird. I give it maybe a 6.5 out of 10. If I had to rate it, it was worth the look. I mean, I'm glad I saw it, but I mean, it wasn't better than 1 or 2. It was way better than 3. I'll have to see Salvation again to see if it was better than that, but I'll probably give it. It probably did its job, erasing those 2 movies. Let's just see what happens with the next one and suffer through the whole love triangle. You're always trying to make a love movie out of these damn things. Can't just blow stuff up. Well, all right, that's what my thoughts. If you have any you want to share with me, let's keep talking. Submit, subscribe, and tell me what you think about it. Did it suck? Did you think it was awesome? Did you think it was better than part 1? If you did, slap yourself. If you think it was better than part 2, kill yourself. I'll just play. Just let me know what you think, and hasta la vista, baby.